What up, Broham Nation? This is Colonel Twerkins, and I'm back with Escape from Tarkov. This is the extended alpha edition, and I do have permission to stream or make content of this game. Just so you know, you don't see a watermark on the screen. I am NDA lifted. Here to bring it to you. Alright, let's go. Alright, so first things first, we got these tabs here. Exit is simple. Log out. Escape from Tarkov. This is going to give you to the prepared screen. Can't talk today. Anyway, what it does is normally you would have upon release, or maybe in open beta, we will have scav play, which you can choose to be a scav character. You will spawn in with different options for setup as far as weapons, etc. You will also spawn in maybe with a certain health condition. That way, if you may be close to dying, who knows? We'll see how it all works out. But it gives you the opportunity, if you've lost a lot of gear and you want to gear up, you can kill scavs and players. That way you can take their gear and you'll keep it when you come out. So if you survive, that's a big if. And then of course you've got your character here, depending on what faction you've chosen. This is Bear right here that I've chosen. You can also choose USEC, which is United Security. The overall story is a global catastrophe caused by a company called the Terror Group, and you are one of these faction characters, and you are in the city of Tarkov. You have lost contact with the command, and you are attempting to escape the city. So that's pretty much the basics of the story. You got to kind of go from there, and there's more to the lore and all that. But this is just a quick overview to kind of know a little bit more about the game. Honestly, I've noticed that there are a couple, or not a couple, but a few of the big streamers and YouTubers that have made footage of this game, and quite honestly, they don't have a clue about the background, the lore, and a lot of the inner workings of the game. Now, granted, they're have just, I guess, kind of like ducked in, checked on it, did a little video. Then now that the online and extended alpha is out and they've been given an NDA lift, they have jumped back in and still only know so much. So that's where channels like myself come in, and we're here to give you a little more in-depth, a little more knowledge, and especially for those of you considering whether or not to buy the game. This is going to help you out immensely, I imagine. So now these are all of the maps, and this is all of Tarkov here. Now the maps that we have here, it's 10 maps, and once you complete each one, they're progressively harder than the next. You will complete it and open up free roam mode. Free roam mode will be up to 64 players in the total 16 square kilometers. Okay, so right now the only three that are open are Woods, Customs, and Factory. The Woods, Custom, and Factory, they're not next to each other, but they're the ones currently that we're allowed to test and check for bugs and everything. One of the things I will let you know is that this testing has been mainly for server load, for the online testing, that is. Previously, when there was only offline modes, that was for testing of mechanics and weapons. Mechanics, glitches, interface glitches, visual bugs, all of those sorts of things. And one of the things that developers have definitely put big stress on is the online server stress testing, because they really want to make sure that the servers are dependable. Now, are the servers perfect yet? No, and that's the whole point of the testing. When the big streamers had opened up their gameplay and showed people, a lot of people rushed out and bought it recently, so it overloaded the servers, and which is honestly a good thing, because it shows how far they can go and shows what needs to be done and what needs to be fixed, and that's what they need. The devs need that kind of data in order to be able to make the game better. So it overloaded the servers, and so we've had trouble with matching, etc. But like I said, it's all a work in progress. And they've let us know that they are working on it. They had a holiday, as of this recording, they've had a holiday in Russia, so you know they're going to get back to it soon. So let's just keep moving. I don't want to take too much time. So let's go back here and we'll look at the character screen now. Hopefully I won't forget anything, but if you have any questions, obviously you can hit me up in the comment section below. Okay, so before we go over this, let's just go over the overall screen. This is just stats here. The RPG aspect, one of the RPG aspects of the game. Here is your character. You can turn him around. He looks cool. There's a little logo, bear, and experience, etc. It's got like tons of information here for you to dig into as you progress and build your character. Now, there will be a little bit of customization for your character. At some point, there was some players that had an idea for a map, and they did it, and they loved it so much that they ended up putting it into the inventory of one of the traders so that you could purchase it, you know, with your in-game money. By the way, this is not a pay to win. There is no microtransactions. There will be no capital letters microtransactions as per the FAQs. You can check that out, escapefromtarkov.com. Let's see. So now we've got 3 sections here, and this is our character screen. Obviously, this is the stash on the right. This is not accessible in game. I mean, for those that may just not, you know, they may not know, but for most people, usually we understand that that's a stash. Now on this side here, this is what your gear up screen, basically. I mean, you know, just what gear you have on you. This is always accessible in game. Headset, goggles, helmet, body armor, 2 primary weapons. Only reason I have 2 shotguns in here, because some people will ask that. I had someone ask me in a live stream. It's because I picked one up from a scav, and you know, I couldn't fit it in my bag. So holster for your pistol, scabbard. This is the Gerber down range tomahawk, and eventually we will be, because they've already announced that this tool will be able to use to open doors, you know, like just jam it in there and open a door. This comes with the EOD package. EOD, which is Edge of Darkness, will not be available probably by the time beta comes out, or at least open beta. Like, it will go away soon. There's a 20% discount as of this recording. Escapefromtarkov.com. Go and check it out. Okay, now the middle section here, your tactical rig, pockets of your pants, and then backpack and pouch. Now this of course carries whatever you want to put in here that can fit, but it will hold mags and things of that nature. Then pockets, you know, whatever you want can fit in there. Backpack, there are different sizes. There's one called it's the Camelback Tri-Zip, and it has a lot more spaces than this. I believe 5x5. So this one here, just different things that I picked up the other day. Now this is your gamma container, and anything that's in this gamma container will be saved if you die in a raid. Okay, so you won't lose anything in here. So if I perhaps maybe I have all my keys for all the different rooms, I can keep that in there. I can keep a pistol with a couple mags, etc. Now this is the bigger one for the Edge of Darkness package. The other one, I believe there's a 2x2 and I believe a 3x3. I can't remember what the other size is, but of course you can check all that out on the website. There is detail on all that. Okay, so then your hot bar down here, if you have, like, let's say, let me put this over here. If I put a grenade here, I can take it, drag it to number 4, right? Let me get this juice out of here. Matter of fact, I think I can, let me see if it'll work. Yeah, I can put my juice on the hot bar so I can drink it if I hit the 5 key, and I can take it out. And Salieva right here, This is my med bag. I can hit 5 and use that. This is the inspection window. You can either access it by double clicking on an item for most items, and then right click and inspect depending on which way you want to do it. Tells you all the stats here on it, what it does, and how many out of 550 health points, how much is left. Okay, this is basically a cure-all bag. I mean, it has everything in it that you would want. Let's see what else. Okay, that's pretty much it, honestly. I mean, this container, like I said, anything in it you will not lose. If you want to try the hotbar thing from here, you can't. It won't work. Only from your tactical rig. Let's see what else. Now down here we've got weight out of 55 kilograms. That's how much you can carry. You have. This is how much I believe that you're supposed to be able to carry, but for some reason it's saying more, or maybe I've got them backwards. But no, I think this is the amount that you have on you, and then this is the amount that you can carry. Now that could be a bug, or I could just be reading it wrong. I'm not good with this kilograms, etc. I don't know. I know I'm gonna get a comment about that, but who cares? Anyway, 435 out of 435. This is, I believe, let me look at health here. This is, I think, your overall health here. This is hydration, radiation, which will eventually come into play. It's not current right now. We don't have it, at least not on the maps that we have. Then your body temperature. This is your heart. I mean, I'm sorry, your blood pressure. Your blood pressure. So it's. I mean, like I said, there is. I don't want to get too much into RPG, you know, aspects, because there's RPG elements and mechanics, and you know, I'm gonna do a more, I think, a more in-depth video about that later. But you pretty much get the drift. Now with the Salyeva here, you can drag onto anyone you'd like to heal it, and it'll have a little animation at the bottom of your screen, or you can right click and use from within this pouch when you're in game, and then it will heal. It'll just spread it a certain amount into different areas. But technically, I mean, not technically, but for myself, I like to actually, if I see the most damage is in my head or in my legs and I can't move, then I will drag it to the appropriate area exactly and let it heal that first, you know, because if my legs are shot out, then I can't really walk, so I need to be able to walk first, right? And so I may give movement to one leg and then give one to my head, so I carry like a couple of them, depending on if I have a tri-zip. If I have a tri-zip, then definitely I'll go ahead and stick a third one in there, you know. I don't know if that's going to still work that way when the game is in release, but that's the way it works currently. Here in the stash, you can filter depending on, you know, magazine, ammo, meds, food, etc., mods, or all, and that can help you to sweep through your inventory and quickly pick things out. I mean, personally, I never really use those things. I just kind of look through and and go through it. You'll have different mods, different things that you can attachments, food, all of those types of things, meds. This is a PSO scope, normally found on the VSS Venturez. Very good scope. There's also a rubber eye cup that goes on it. Those are they're two separate items, and you can put them together like once you add it onto the assault rifle, the sniper, and then you can, once you add this, then you can add that to it because it'll open up another slot. Speaking of that, let's go over the modification. Let's just take a look at the shotgun for right now. Okay, oops, sorry. For that, well, there's two ways to enter the modding screen, right? You can either double click and click this button here, which is the modding key, because in case you wanted to look at the stats and all that, weapon mastery, which we'll get to in a minute. Or you can right click and hit modding. That opens you up here. You've got three different options to look at. You can either look at vital parts, functional mods, equipment parts, or all. So I guess that's like a fourth option, right? We click all this off. Let's take it all off. Okay. Vital parts. Vital parts means that these are the parts that you need in order to operate the gun. You cannot use it if you do not have these parts on here. So for example, let's do this. Well, it won't let me see if I put everything back. No, it won't let me do it that way. Let's see. Back here, take this off. So for some reason oh, that's why. Duh. Let me do it. Let me move this out the way. I know I have another shotgun over here, but I just want to use this one for example. Go to modding. So now when it's in your hands, basically, because if it's in your primary section, weapon section, it's in your hands, it's considered. So sorry guys, I'm getting over being sick. Okay, so if you remove the barrel, okay, now this turns red. That means you do not have that part and you cannot operate the gun. So let's put it back. Now let's just say you don't have the stock on it. Once again, you're not going to be able to use this gun, but this is what happens. Watch. It turns red. Okay, much like these weapons down here. This is the M4A1, the receiver, lower receiver. And of course all of these are red because these are the parts that we actually need. So we just need the barrel, we need the pistol grip, and we need the upper receiver. So once we have all of those in position and the stock, then we are able to use the gun. Otherwise not usable. Okay. So we'll just open this up, we'll put this stock back on. Okay. So now that's pretty much all there is to that. I mean, the one thing about this game that is miles above other games, no matter what genre of shooter or what kind of shooter you get into, we're talking about the unprecedented, unchallenged customization. Okay, that's one of the things that draws a lot of people to this game as well. I mean, we're talking about making different builds. Like there are so many different options. Okay, so let me open this one up. Okay, this is the AKS-74U. I wonder if it's the B. I can't remember if it's the B. Anyway, or the regular U. But anyway, you have, like I said, all of these options here. This is an AK grip, which can also be taken off the Saigas. If you don't know that, obviously you probably don't. But there are scavs that carry Saigas. You can always take if you don't want the Saiga, you can take the pistol grip off and save it for your AK weapons, which it'll work across the board for all of them. Anyway, let's see. There's the Grok, just for you to take a look at that. Okay, it's got the B8 rail attachment on here. You can actually place, let me see here. Look at this right here. I guess I don't have one in inventory. Yeah, I don't have one. A Klesh, you can actually add a Klesh onto there. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to, let's see, we had health, now to skills. Skills, this is one of the most amazing parts of this game too, is that you have a lot. And I have a skills video, you can check it out. I'll put a link to it in the description, and it'll be up here in the top corner. This allows you to build your character, progress, and be, well, see, this is going back to the RPG thing, because now what you're able to do is you can decide on what kind of character you want to have, like his abilities, what you want him to be able to do. And then also the most unique part of all of this is the fact that you have skills that if you use them, right, you get better. Like, that's how you gain the skills, by using them and doing them. If you don't do them, then you're going to lose them. It's basically essentially like if you have been knowing how to ride a bike since you were a kid, right? Then let's say 10 years goes by and you don't ride a bike. Now, when you get back on, you may have a little difficulty, but you'll pick it up, as you know, pretty quickly. So that's kind of how it works. Like, you'll lose the skill and you'll have to regain it by doing it again, but it won't be as hard as someone who's never ever done it before. Does that make sense? I kind of go over that in my skills video. I went more in depth into that, so you can check that out. So let's see here. Mastering. Now, weapon mastering is basically you're shooting. You're going to come to obstacles in your shooting where you're going to get a stovepipe, double feed, or some sort of malfunction in your weapon. You clear the weapon. You make sure that it's functional again, etc. Jamming, overheating. And with that, by dealing with it, you are gaining mastery over the weapon, right? And that goes and works in conjunction with your skills, because there are skills for weapons, so that you get to the point where you, how do I say, like, I'm not an arms expert by any means, but I'm saying, like, you get to the point where you operate your gun with maximum efficiency, right? So you clear jams quickly, you know exactly how many bullets are in your gun, etc., etc. But the points will raise you until you've mastered the gun, and then there's different levels of mastery. I don't know how high the levels go, but let's just go with that, right? So this is just an overview. So this is your XP bar, and this is, of course, I'm at level 29. I've got this much XP needed to reach level 30, okay? Now this would be your maps. I don't have any, and notes. Don't have that either. So that's not of really any use right now. As a matter of fact, if you click that button right now, it will lock up the game. The reason is because they're working on these sections, and they've already just announced, as a matter of fact, that they are going to fix that in the next patch. So we are moving quickly. Now let's go to trading. These are your traders here. This is Propor, this is Elvira, this is Fence, and this is Pusher. I prefer the name, gosh, I'm already forgetting the other name. Man, forgive me. I'll remember it in a second. Huckster, that's the name. Huckster. I don't know why they changed it to Pusher, but whatever. And I don't know what that is growing on his lip either, but you know, time will tell. So this is your trading screen. You can buy, you can sell. There will be tasks that they will ask you to perform, and that you can take on, services that they'll provide for you. So once again, like this, the tasks and all that is going into the RPG, you know, that situation. Propor carries weapons and carries ammo as well, and a lot of mags. Okay, not really any attachments or anything that's in the other ones. So you got your buy screen. You just click on what you want, put an amount, fill items, which will, if it says, okay, this is how much it costs you, 22 rubles. So when you do that, it'll fill the stash. You click deal and you purchased it. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm low on cash. For those of you thinking that just because you know, someone has the EOD package or the Edge of Darkness package, that they're just, you know, pay to win, yay, you can have all the money and everything you want. No, it doesn't work that way. You will die, you're going to lose a lot of stuff, you're going to end up with nothing. That's the whole reason why they added the scav option as, for you to play with, so that you can start to gain some of that back. Okay, we do currently have an offline mode people can use to gather loot. They won't suffer permanent loss of items, etc. But that's just merely for testing purposes. Once it goes into, I don't know if it's going to be closed or open beta, but definitely by release, we will not have that option anymore. And that's where the scav, playing as a scav, comes in. So here is your current attitude, as it calls it, and your level. Okay, your loyalty level is basically how much have you spent and invested with this trader, And once you have invested a certain amount, which is usually these amounts here, this shows you what you spent. Shows you what you need to spend to get to the next level. And when you do so, you're able to unlock all different kinds of extras, equipment, firearms, etc., that they will offer you for your loyalty. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Enter item name. These types of things are not available yet, but they will be. Therapist, she basically sells food and meds and keys. These are the keys for different areas. Mainly these are for like the dorm area on the customs map. Sodas, chocolate, all these things. Some of these things are barter items. You can use them to get certain things from other vendors. Other traders. So now we're going to Huckster. You can buy armor. You can buy the contact headsets, which do actually work. Let me read you the description here. Amplifies low-level sounds while suppressing impulse noises. Water resistant for outdoor usage. So you're basically able to hear better. You'll hear footsteps from, further out. Your own noises that you make will be suppressed a little. It makes it much better to use in the field. Tactical glasses, which do actually affect the lighting. Okay, cuts down on glare. Like if you look at some of the footage I've done where I think I did woods and the glaring of the sun, etc. Now, had I had these glasses on, the glare would be cut down. Okay, so this is not. We do have OP sun glare battlefield type thing going on, except it doesn't have all the rays and all that like Battlefield does exactly, but has a more natural sun light and more natural effect. But with these glasses, it'll cut that down. Then the bags, this is the Camelback Tri-Zip that I was talking about. It's the one with the big spaces. Of course, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, 5 by 6, if I'm not mistaken. So that's usually the size here is the size of spaces that the bag has in it. So 5 by 6. This is the BlackRock chest rig and the AVS. This one is for the USEC, and then this one is for Bear. Okay, some attachments here: NVGs, bags, scav vest. In the beginning when you're first starting out, honestly, I would just take a scav vest. It's no real need to get too fancy with it unless you just want to, and then take a small bag and just start looting, get some stuff built up, and try not to use what you already have or what your package came with. The Defender armor, which is expensive but definitely worth it because it will protect you. They both protect you. They save lives. Like, I'm doing an in-depth on armor with one of my friends where he's going to explain his results from testing the armor. And that's going to be interesting. So make sure that you subscribe, click the bell icon next to the subscribe button, and check the box so that you can receive all of my notifications when I post videos right to your email. All right. So let's see. That's just a basic of it. We're also going to have flea market and auctions where you're going to be finding a lot of rare items. When you do, you can go and use that and just go direct player to player trading and things, selling and all that. So you can basically become your own trader. You could just have a squad of people that just go out to find rare items and rare weapons, etc., put them together, and then just put them into your flea market. There's also going to be a full clan feature where you will have a clan vault, etc., and you're able to actually store up things to dole out from your officiators as they see fit. Okay, but basically that's it. There really isn't a whole lot more to go over. This is just basic so that you understand what is going on, like on the different screens when you come into this game. I'm gonna go over movement and all of that in the upcoming videos, just showing you all of the controls, how they work. Let's actually look at this settings screen right here. These are your controls. There is a lot of controls in this game, a lot. So it will behoove you to stay tuned. When I go over that, I'm going to go over like each control. Okay, mouse sensitivity for aiming, other inverted axis, hold to walk, hold to aim, etc, etc. Sound, we will have VoIP eventually. It's down here, the options, but it's not implemented yet. We do have your volumes for various things, effects, interface, music. Then in graphics here, we have texture quality, etc. Motion blur is not active right now, and neither is anti-aliasing. But we have an overall graphics quality bar if you'd like to just pick a basic setting. So you could go from low, medium, high, and ultra. Then you could be on high, and you can come in here and go to like SSAO and switch it to high if you want, or this, switch that there, switch this to ultra, take some of these options on or off. It's up to you. There is a load of different resolutions that you can play at. It's up to you to choose. I know there are people who play at 1440, 1080, 720. I mean, different things. VSync limit 60 frames per second, full screen, multi-monitor support will be come out eventually. And over here in games, got your interface language. Right now, all there is English and Russian for me. Let's see, always show interface elements, aiming dead zone. Not sure exactly how that's going to work. FOV here, I have it all the way up, and then head bobbing, which is your sway, and then these options are not available yet. So that's it. That's basic overview of everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button, and make sure that you add me to your email notifications so that you can get all of the latest as it comes out, as I get it to you. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.